Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I am presenting the Session 0 for my upcoming solo campaign featuring my newest game, Daring and Dangers, a rules-light pulp adventure role-playing game. So in this video, I'm going to show you the characters. I've already created them, but I've created them because of the way the story's rolling. I didn't want to do them random. I have specific characters in mind. You'll see as we go into that why I did what I did. But also, you know, this will be an introduction to campaign. We'll take a look at the characters, and then I'll jump right into the introduction, get the opening scene done, and then the next video will start off as episode 1 in the adventure. So first of all, let's take a look at the characters, and then I'll explain to you where we're going with the story. So, those of you that have been with my channel for a while know that I believe it was last summer, maybe a little longer than that, I ran a series of adventures, pulp adventures using the Tiny Cthulhu rule set from Gallant Knight Games, which I still love and is very cool. But that, I think I went like 12 episodes. Sorry, I had to grab something from the printer. I went 12 episodes, and then it ended on a cliffhanger. Well, the characters that featured in that game were Dr. Tessa Stewart, Xander Chance, and Dr. Alastair Wickham. They were our protagonists. They were the main characters of the story. They made up the Intrepid Society, which was an organization started by Dr. Wickham that it has its goal is to go around the world and try to keep artifacts of power or ancient artifacts out of the hands of people that would use them for evil, returning them to who they belonged to originally, or keeping them safe in a vault, or whatever the case may be, whatever the artifact or relic that they were looking for was, they did the appropriate thing with it that they needed to do. Well, at the end of their last series, it was in the 1920s, towards the end of the 1920s, and they were overcome by a group known as the Overlords, which were moving behind the scenes of many governments trying to bring about, of course, world domination. And in the end, they were defeated by a strike team of the Overlords, and they were saved by a mysterious person, and I never revealed the identity of that person, but that person was Harry Green, a soldier from the UK, and he saved our heroes from certain death by defeating the Overlords, ambushing them and defeating them and stopping them from killing the Intrepid Society while they were down. Since that time, Harry Green has been asked to join the Intrepid Society, and there have been many different adventures that have gone on. But over the years, some of the adventures, slowed down or whatever, but they've recruited more members. So what I'm presenting to you today are the current members of the Intrepid Society. So Dr. Alastair Wickham, Xander Chance, Dr. Tessa Stewart, and Harry Green. Then there is an inventor that they discovered who was making some very incredible inventions, and they recruited her to their team, knowing that that would be an excellent addition to the team, and that is Goneril Perryman from the US. She is an inventor. Then they also have brought in a former police officer and now a private investigator, Carter Diamond. And Carter is, he is based in New York City, and he is an investigator, and now he pretty much works for the Intrepid Society using his investigative powers and so forth and connections to help the Intrepid Society in their mission. Then the last member of the Intrepid Society so far, which is kind of not your usual person you would think that would join such a society, but has his uses, is the Phantom Avenger. He's a vigilante, he wears a mask. Dr. Wickham knows who he is, and he recruited him because he has a secret identity, which may or may not be revealed as the stories go on. but he wields dual pistols, wears a mask down in the lower part of his face, and wears a hat, of course, and that is the Phantom Avenger. Dr. Wickham doesn't always necessarily approve of his methods, but in the end, he has proven to be quite the asset for the Intrepid Society. So that's all the current members of the Intrepid Society. And as you know, when I run a game, I prefer to run about 4 characters, especially for a game with rules light as this. I think it works really well. It, you know, Delves and Dangers works really well. My fantasy RPG, and also this game is relatively rules light, so that makes it easy to run 4 characters. So if you're interested in downloading Daring and Dangers, and this looks like something that's intriguing to you, you can go up to the link in my in the description below and download it from itch.io as a pay what you want download. So check that out and see if this is something that you could end up playing at your table. All right, so these are the characters. Now, for my story that I have created, as I mentioned, I have another video about how I solo roleplay. I usually get like a rough outline of an adventure, and then I let randomness happen within the realm of that outline, and sometimes the story goes a different direction or whatever, but the game, the dice dictate how things happen. So I've done pretty much the same thing here in this solo campaign that's about to kick off. I used the Astounding Adventures system from Chaosium. I've said in my video about my entire Pulp collection, which you can go and check out that video. If you're interested, I have over 31 Pulp games in my collection, and that was the one I chose to randomly set up the adventure that you're going to be seeing here very shortly, and in the next episodes coming after this. And I've decided that it's going to start, we're going to revisit Dr. Alistair Wickham, Xander Chance, and Dr. Tessa Stewart to see them in action again. I've leveled them up. They're actually 3rd level characters at this point. And I've decided that Goneril Perryman is going to be the one that's going to join them on this mission that they're about to go on, because mostly, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I want you all to see how the Inventor works in play. So, excuse me. So I think that's why I've chosen her to be that. I also am going to be using miniatures, as I do in my solo videos. This is going to be Xander Chance. Okay. This is going to be Goneril Perryman, our Inventor. And this, where'd she go? There she is. This is going to be Dr. Tessa Stewart. And, of course, for Dr. Wickham, I have... where'd you go? There he is. This is Dr. Alistair Wickham. This will be the miniature. I'm going to be using miniatures for this adventure. And that's our team that's going to be sent out on the mission that you're about to become privy to. So let me say a few things about the characters and show you kind of their game stats and so forth for those that are interested in such things. Dr. Wickham started the Intrepid Society. The first person he recruited was Xander Chance because he needed an explorer. So he's a scholar. He taught in London, the University in London. He has a 2 strength, 2 agility, and a 4 mind. He has, so that translates to 2 strength resistance, 2 agility resistance, and a 5 mind resistance. Pretty good. 17 stamina because they're 3rd level, and you roll a d3 every time you go up a level. He carries a pistol and a sword cane. Those he had to use as secondary skills. He's also well-versed in medicine and the occult. And automatically, because he's a scholar, he's good at research and knowledge rolls. And he speaks English, Latin, Spanish, Aramaic, and German. So that is Dr. Wickham, the founder of the Intrepid Society. Xander Chance, he's an American, and he's an explorer, 3rd level, of course. His strength is 3, his agility is 3, and his mind is 2. And so that makes his agility resistance 4 because explorers have the agility resistance proficiency. He's got a pistol. Machete is his favorite weapon, though. He loves that machete. Carries a first aid kit, a compass, had to have a compass, and a torch. That's an electric torch for all you Brits out there. I like that terminology better than our flashlight here in America. So he's got an electric torch. He, of course, as an explorer, he is proficient in pistol machete and knife, and also fist. I gave him pugilism, a secondary skill, which gives him proficiency with his fists. He knows how to fight with his fists. Survival and search, and he gets to reroll one failed die. He speaks English, Spanish, and Italian, so that's Xander Chance. Dr. Tessa Stewart, one of Dr. Wickham's most promising students as she was going through his classes, is also British. Her parents were newspaper moguls, so she has quite a bit of money that helps Dr. Wickham. He has his own wealth, but being a professor, his wealth came from investments. But of course, the stock market crash hurt him pretty bad, but her parents managed to weather the storm pretty well. So she also helps fund a lot of the Intrepid Society's endeavors. She's third level. She is a scholar primarily, so she used secondary skill pistols. She's a pilot, and she is also good at riding horses. She was quite the equestrian in her university days. She also has an electric torch as well. She speaks English, Latin, Spanish, and Italian. And then Goneril Perryman, the precocious American inventor. She has invented a thing called a force pistol, which she wields pretty well. She gets to roll 9 dice with it because it's an energy weapon. It's a pistol, which is a medium weapon. And also she is proficient because inventors are proficient in anything that they design or invent. And she has a 14 stamina. She carries her toolkit so that she can rig up charges into her force pistol. She also has sleep gas pellets. Those can come in handy, and she speaks English, Latin, and Italian. So that is the team that we're going to be taking into the first adventure. I will introduce the other characters, go over them a little bit more when it's their turn on screen. So here we are. So this is how this is going to begin. I'm going to give you the background of the video, and I'm going to play out the first scene, and then we are going to go cliffhanger. Or, I don't know, cliffhanger is the right word, but I'm going to, keep you from knowing what happens next. What I tell my students, I'm withholding your dopamine until the next episode. All right, so the opening scene is Dr. Ursula Quinn has approached Dr. Wickham, a colleague of his, and she is known as a scholar of the Knights Templar was her main specialty. She's and so she has come to the Intrepid Society to talk with Dr. Wickham. And let's see, I'll get our little miniature out here. Let's choose. Thought I had chosen one for her, and I thought it was in this box. Yeah, there it is. So she approaches. This is Dr. Quinn for now, and she approaches Alistair, and the three of the other adventurers are. They know there's they get called to the meeting room because they're the only ones in the mansion that serves as the Intrepid Society's headquarters, which Dr. Wickham inherited, by the way. And so that works. It's in London. And so she is shown in by the butler. And she says, "Oh, Alistair, how are you?" She walks up, kisses him on the cheeks. "I do prefer those Italian greetings, don't you, Doctor?" "Oh, well," he seems a bit flustered, and he's blushing a bit. Yes, of course. Ursula, please, come in. Would you like some tea?" "Oh, that would be lovely." "Xander, could you..." "Of course, boss." And so he goes to tell the butler to get him some tea together. "Please, have a seat." So they're in the conference room. There's some nice couches and so forth. They have a nice seat. And said, "Oh, Alistair, I'm afraid that I am very excited to let you know that I have discovered what I've been looking for my entire career, my entire life, pretty much. I have discovered the location of a rare manuscript in a travel journal. I found it in the leavings of a Jesuit priest named Brother Harold. Oh, the reading is so fascinating, so wonderful. But so apparently, the manuscript that he had found is said to contain an ancient form of energy that could power the world. That's very intriguing. And of course, many people would want to get their hands on it. And Goneril says, oh, really? A power source? That's very intriguing. Calm down, Goneril. Please, little comportment. You Americans. Yes, but ultimate power? Are you kidding? That's incredible. Oh my goodness, I need to hear about this. Says, yes, so apparently the manuscript is kept, it was kept in the private collection of a German man, Herr Volkstein, at the Volkstein Castle in Germany. And I have been in contact with a servant of his, and they confirm that there is definitely a manuscript that he keeps very close to himself and keeps it in a safe in that castle. So of course, Ursula, you would like us to go, he brings in the tea, you would like us to go to this castle and gain the manuscript? Well, yes, maybe buy it, I suppose, or, try to trade. I don't know. It needs to not fall into the wrong hands. And apparently Herr Volkstein is ill, and people around him are being, I don't trust any of them, and that manuscript cannot fall into the hand. The servant doesn't quite know what they have, but the servant is starting to get suspicious, and I'm afraid the servant may take it and sell it. It just cannot fall into the wrong hands, Alistair. Okay, Ursula, okay. Calm thyself. Stay calm and carry on, as you know. Yes. But please, you must go and get it and secure it. Yes, but it's a little more complicated than that, Ursula. You can't just go traipsing into a private residence and steal things. Oh, really? Why not? We could get into more trouble than anything. This is too important, Alistair. It is too important. It cannot fall into the wrong hands. You must leave immediately. I just got off the phone with the servant, and they're willing to hold on to it until you get there. Oh, so you've already committed us to this, have you? Well, I know, you Intrepid Society. Excuse me. You Intrepid Society, this is your thing. This is what you do. You must get hold of that manuscript, whatever it takes. Oh, Ursula. All right, very well. We'll need to know the location of the castle. And, Tessa, you're going to have to warm up the plane. Yes, Doctor. So she takes off and goes. She's going to get in the car and drive out to the airfield, start warming up the plane. The rest of them will join her as well. They're going to take a black cab to get there. Or a cab. Yeah, black cab, yeah. Black cabs in 1930? They are now in my world, in London. All right, Ursula, please be calm. So I will contact you once we return with the manuscript, and we shall get that manuscript just for you, Ursula. So thank you so much for this. We'll do what we can and try to keep it within the bounds of the law, especially international law. And the Germans are quite touchy right now. Yes, I know of the troubles over there. I know of the, yes, I know, but it must not fall into the wrong hands. All right, Ursula, we will do what we can. So he sees, they finish their tea. He sees her out. She returns to her home, and the three of them make it out to the airfield, take a cab to the airfield, and they climb into the airplane, and the airplane takes off for Germany. And that is where the next adventure, the next episode in this adventure is going to happen. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your support of me, my channel, and my games. And I guess I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out, and hopefully you are too. So until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.